Hello and welcome to this episode of Stage of the Game. Yay!
Yay!
Wow!
Full gang's back together this week.
We'll get
Yeah!
the gang back together.
Yeah! Just in time for our favorite time of year.
Yay!
Best weekend ever. Tony weekend and E3 weekend. Yay! It's like it was made for this podcast. We couldn't have planned it better ourselves.
So polite of them.
We couldn't have planned it better if we actually planned it.
And luckily we didn't because it seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, oh my god, seriously.
Who's hosting the Tony Awards this year?
Josh Groban and Sarah Bareilles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very random, but maybe
I'm
they'll be
I'm
interesting.
intrigued to see how normally they're like
Random
comedians and
but
stuff like that. Like, how are they gonna be funny?
I think it might just be adorable.
Yeah, it will probably be more of a, no, look at them.
Yeah, look at those
Those
two.
Look at those two. Meow.
Yeah, we'll see. I was surprised. I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Strong
so,
choices,
Sure.
Make a strong choice and stick with it.
Yeah. So for this episode, we're going to do our predictions for both the Tonys and E3, and then for next week's episode, we're gonna do our reactions to both.
They're gonna do their reactions to both. Because
Oh,
Tony's going on vacation.
I am really excited. It's the first vacation I've had in my adult working life. So I'm very excited for it.
I just
Where
got
you
back
going,
from my
Tony?
first vacation.
There you go. I'm going back east, so I'm going to DC this weekend, and then probably Philly the following weekend, and then New York the following, and then the Shore the following, and then I'm coming back here.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice.
I got a lot of shit planned.
Good.
Hell yeah, the East Coast is great for that because the states are so itty bitty.
Yeah.
Unless
can
you're
drive
driving
through
through
just-
Pennsylvania. If you're driving through
Yes.
Pennsylvania, then you're gonna be there forever.
I'm not going to Pittsburgh. It's okay.
You
So
go horizontally, only
Yes.
straight up.
But yes, I just got off a week-long unpaid vacation that I'm not bitter about at all.
I'm bitter for you.
But it's okay because I went down to the city and visited Jesse, and we saw theater,
We saw 4 fucking plays, or 3.
depending on how you count them.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Look at that.
We're ready for this.
I know. We saw Once on This. Oh, wrong one. I'm not that ready. Saw Once on This Island.
Woo! Amazing. Loved it.
Angels in America Part 1 and 2.
Amazing. Loved it.
And Puffs!
Amazing. Loved it.
The perfect friendship play for Jesse and I to go see.
It was. It was like the Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead of Harry Potter.
I will have to. Is that still running? How long is that running?
It's been running for like a year.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Right.
not closing anytime soon.
We got tickets for $20.
Oh, jeez.
27.
And we were in second row, so.
Yeah, we were in the second row.
And if you like Harry Potter at all, go see it. It's just filled with jokes and references.
Yeah.
My
It's all
sister
represented.
is not a theater person, but she's gonna try to go to New York with me, and that would be perfect.
Yes,
So-
do it. She
You will
love it.
only get it if you're a Harry Potter fan.
Oh no,
If
she is.
If you
Good.
haven't seen Harry Potter or read it, you'll be like, what?
Yeah, people will be laughing around you and you'll be confused.
And you'll be like,
No,
what's
no, no,
happening?
very much a Harry Potter fan.
Because they go through all 7 books, major props for that.
Yes.
It's under 2 hours, and we go through every fucking book. And we can do that because we have like all this shared context, which I think is fun.
That's very
But-
cool.
They even make a joke about it. Like, we're going to go through all 7 books in 2.5 hours and 2 intermissions. Wait, 90 minutes? Crap!
That's funny.
Let's
I
go. But they really do.
Oh.
They truly do. Yeah, it was great.
so-
I like that.
Anyway,
Also,
yeah.
they commented on our Instagram post
Yes.
about it.
And if Jesse and I seem biased at all towards Once on This Island and Angels of America, yeah,
Those are the
it's
ones
because
we've seen.
Yeah, it's because we saw them.
I have seen a couple more. Like I've seen SpongeBob, and ironically, I'll see Three Tall Women like right after the Tonys. So don't
Best
know.
time to see it right after the Tonys, but not like so late after the Tonys that it's won all the
That
awards.
everybody
Now
should
everyone
see
wants to go see it.
Yeah, buy
Everyone
your
wants to
tickets
see it or
before the
everybody's leaving.
Tonys,
Yeah.
but see it after. Yeah.
But Jesse, you also saw travesties. Are you sure you won't be biased at all towards that?
I will be biased against it.
I was gonna say you can have a negative bias.
If it wins anything, I'm ending the universe. Although I work for that company, so it's a little awkward. But they know how I feel about travesties because I told them, because I'm not ashamed of how I feel about travesties. I hate it so much. But good news for Roundabout. Quick other awards drop is Jamie Brewer from
I can
Amy
see
and the
this.
Elephant just won the Drama Desk Award, the first one with Down syndrome to win.
That's awesome.
And she's like such a sweet, wonderful human being, and I was really happy about it. So go Roundabout there. Sorry, I
Very
hate
cool.
travesties. It sucks balls.
And they're also producing your favorite
Sorry, I
musical
hate-
next year.
That's true.
Yeah, they are producing my favorite musical next year. So I love Roundabout. Roundabout's the best. I just hate travesties. I don't even hate this production of travesties. I just hate the play. I hate the
Just
book.
the entire thing.
Oh yeah, the play is just
Throw
terrible.
away the book. Oh, God, I hate it.
But let's
All right,
get
let's
down
predict
to
some
it.
food.
Okay.
Have a list.
We do have
Who's
a
got
list.
a list?
We won't go into super detail. I'm not gonna list out all the nominees because it would take forever to do that.
But you have to list them so that I know which one to pick.
You mean you don't have them pulled up on your computer, Jesse?
All right, I'll pull them up my computer. I just like your faces to be so big, so it's like we're hanging out. It's fine. I'll put you over here. List of
Okay.
Tony nominations.
Well, let's start off with one that we all know the answer to, pretty much. At least
Let's do it.
Best musical.
Fans visit.
We're
I know nothing about bands.
We all know nothing about the Vans Visit, but we all hear that it's like definitely going to win.
It also better win because like the rest are movies.
Yeah,
Oh, come
exactly.
on.
It's the only one that's really
It's,
new.
it's the only like real original.
Yeah,
They all
exactly.
I'm sure the other ones are fine and fun, and I think the score, I've said this before, and I will probably say it again in this podcast, SpongeBob is much better than it has any right to be.
Absolutely, absolutely
But-
true. I absolutely very much enjoyed SpongeBob,
Yeah.
but it shouldn't win. Not this. It should win some other things.
But it's SpongeBob.
Yeah, and it's going to be a band's visit, and a band's visit will win, and I will bet all the money I have on that, which is
Yeah.
not much.
All of my $7 I will bet on.
Exactly. All 7 were going in.
So there's that. Then best play.
All right.
I know nothing about any of these except for Harry Potter because that's what everyone is talking about.
Mhm.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
I hate the script of Harry Potter and the
Really?
Cursed Child.
I
I
disagree.
think it's going to win, but I think that the script is poorly done, to tell you the truth.
I mean, I also am not a fan of the script, but I'm also I think my problem with it is that like most people who read it were like expecting it to. It's hard to read it like you're reading a play.
Yeah, the expectations were way off.
That's true. I
Yeah,
guess I
for
just
it.
felt like the characterizations were not true to the book, and the story didn't make a lot of sense with the time travel, and some scenes rubbed me the wrong way. Like, okay, spoiler. Did we all read it, all 3 of us?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, spoiler for the crowd. But, like, okay, so if Hermione's not with Ron, she's going to be, like, a bitter, depressed teacher instead of, like, Minister of Magic. Like, because only if you get a man can you succeed. I'm just saying. There were
only if you
times
get
like
only
that.
if you get the man can you be happy.
Only if you get the
Otherwise,
ginger will you
You're
succeed.
just going to be okay. Hermione dated Victor fucking Crumb, and I bet she could have just found happiness somewhere else. Ron isn't that great. So there were bits that rubbed me the wrong way, and I felt like it was lazy. So I think it will probably win, but I don't want it to. I'm putting my money on The Children, which I know very little about, but I've heard some good things about.
I've heard that the tech stuff for Harry Potter actually the magic, like the actual
Yeah.
theater magic, which I think is kind of fun.
Yes, it is.
I heard it really like revitalizes and will really set the tone from here on in.
Yeah, I do think that play should probably win like every stagecraft award in the universe because
Probably.
the one thing that really blew me away when I read the script was the stage directions, and I was like, oh, maybe you could like fix the books like this, but then they'd be like, and then he transfigures himself, and I'm like, what? And then they're like, and then there's a train, and they jump off, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, the
Exactly.
only reason I wanted to see this is like I need to see how they pull off the shit that they described in this
Yeah,
script
I
because I
absolutely would
can't
see it.
picture it at all.
I also like to see a play in 2 parts win. I think that'll be. I would like that to become
Don't
more
worry,
mainstream.
one will.
Yeah, one will.
I know.
Your wish. I do
Still.
agree. It's another play, as we were just talking about travesties. I can't remember if we recorded that or not, but I don't think we did. But where I feel like I love the cast. The cast is amazing. The set looks amazing. The effects look amazing. And I just don't like the script. And I'm particular because, our race.
I've heard very little. I mean, Junk by Ayad Akhtar is a brilliant writer, but I've heard nothing about this new play.
I think I maybe know someone from Junk. But maybe I don't. Anyway, The Children. I'm voting for The Children.
I'm voting on Harry Potter just because I think it's going to win.
It is going to win. But I'm going to vote for The Children.
I would also just kind of like to see if John Leguizamo can get a Tony. I think that'd be fun.
He's already getting a Tony.
Well, I'm just for the best play. I think that's.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's getting a special Tony, but.
Yeah, but still, I think that'd be fun. Also, Bruce is getting a special Tony.
The boss. New Jersey is so happy for him.
So am I. Like, that's so cool, and because I've heard his show was basically just a concert,
pretty much,
but
a more intimate version.
But a more intimate, that no one gets to see, and. I will say that a lot of my friends have seen it, just because they will spend stupid amounts of money on seeing Bruce.
Yeah, my dad wanted to see it really badly, but like, I'm not spending that much money to go see Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah,
I've already seen it.
But he said if you read his audiobook, or if you listen to his audiobook, because he reads it, and I have, it's like you basically is the same thing with just a little more music. And I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. And he was like, yeah, but. It was in a theater setting, and he was there. It was It was still really cool.
Truth.
His audiobook is really good if you haven't listened to it, because it's him telling these stories. Anyway,
best revival of a musical.
Because of our bias, Once on This Island.
Yes.
Saw it, loved it, thought it was amazing. There's a lot of great stuff there. Carousel and My Fair Lady they're all older plays. Obviously, it's revival, but. I've heard good things about both Carousel and My Fair Lady, especially My Fair Lady, but Once on This Island, thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about how they switched up the ending for My Fair Lady?
All I've heard is that they did, and that it's a quote-unquote Me Too ending, which is like I feel like a thing that men say when they're trying to relate to women. And they can't quite articulate it just right, and they're like, it's a Me Too thing. But yeah, I know that Henry Higgins is younger, and they made a conscious effort to make it more feminist, which is cool.
Okay, well that's good. I don't
absolutely.
know
I think exactly. I'm like, did you change the book, or is there like a wordless ballet?
A wordless ballet.
Because I have those same questions, like how do you change something so old and so iconic? But I'd be curious to see it. It's just expensive, and I haven't won the lottery yet.
But yes.
I wouldn't be sad for any of them, but Once on This Island, though.
But yeah, I was telling Tony that, from what I hear about those two productions, Carousel and My Fair Lady, is that overall they're pretty straightforward, classic revivals of the music, whereas Once on This Island is like a reimagining, new.
Oh God, it was so great. Yeah. I can just think about the set and just get chills. And there was a live goat, and it wore pants, but the pants were made to look like the goat. Anyway. That was a highlight for me, and it was really close.
It was a goat, and it wore pants.
Jesse was sitting on the aisle, and it walked right up the aisle right next to her.
And I was like, Jesse, don't pet the goat. Don't pet the goat. You're not allowed to pet the goat. I didn't pet the goat. I also had to do that for Lea Salonga, who was right next to me as well. Don't reach out and touch Lea Salonga. That's very bad. She's working.
She's working. That's funny.
Okay, so that's what we think. Best revival will play Angels in America.
Angels in America!
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I do really like Lobby Hero, but it kind of felt like it got nominated because of the famous people who were in it.
Yeah. I heard that. I've heard great things about Three Tall Women. I heard people who saw Lobby Hero liked it. I've heard meh things about Iceman Cometh.
I don't think the Iceman. I mean, I like Eugene O'Neill.
Like that, or the people I dislike, like really pretentious people like that. I know nothing about it, so
I don't know anything about this production, but
it's Denzel Washington, it's Eugene O'Neill, but yeah, I've just heard that in terms of production, it's just. Denzel's great, but.
Yeah, and Angels in America was staggering, and just the amount of work you have to put in to make that play exist on every level is staggering. I mean, Can't imagine. When we sat in the mezzanine for Act 2 and just looking down at the spike marks, I was like, the brave stage managers who came here and placed them just so. God bless them. 100%. Angels in America.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that.
Cool.
That feels like a show that needs to win.
Hell yeah. Proof. Best book of a musical? Tina Fey, Mean Girls. 100%.
I would like, well, yeah, and because she wrote the screenplay too.
It's Tina Fey. She's going to win.
Awesome.
Her ratings. I promise you she'll win. That's just what's going to happen.
I can see that. I mean, I don't.
We don't have to want her to win. Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen it, so
I love Tina Fey. I would like her to win.
She's a great person.
Yeah.
She's a Philly kid.
Oh yeah.
But still, I don't want any of the musicals to do really well. I want specific people in the musicals to do well.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree.
Well.
Totally agree. You guys, and also like if you want somebody else to win, I totally get that.
No,
this
just
one more
because,
than any year. Yeah.
Just because she did write the movie as well and then did the play, I think she deserves it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And she's fucking awesome. It's just.
And I kind of want to hear her speech.
Yeah.
Whatever
and so
her
does
speech happens.
so many people will, and that will get the Tony's ratings, and so she'll win.
Yay.
We're so enthusiastic about the Tonys this year.
Yeah, no.
It's a little bit of a rough year. There are some highlights.
Which is why we're on this next Best Original Score. We have a surprising nomination of Angels in America, which isn't a musical.
Which is not.
That is pretty cool.
It was cool, and it did have good music. Which it only struck me afterwards that it was original and awesome. It struck me during that it was awesome, and after that it was original. But I'm going to go with The Band's Visit because it's definitely going to win Best Play and it's going to lose Best Book. So I think it will win Best Score. Although I have not heard the music, I think that would happen.
I think it's going to be SpongeBob because the list of people who worked on it is ridiculous.
I want to be SpongeBob just so I could see all those people go up on stage.
That too.
Yeah. Are they going to be there? That'd be so funny. How many Tonys do they have to make?
And freaking.
See, I want to see John Legend, Panic at the Disco, and Tyler Perry all up on stage.
They Might Be Giants, Plain White Tees, Lady Annabelle,
Steven Tyler, and Joe Perry.
And I want David Bowie to get a Tony posthumously, and I think that would be really cool.
That would be nice.
So, that'd be nice.
I would be very happy if SpongeBob won. I would have no problems with that. But
and the music is so much better than it has any right to be. It's just like, no, this is SpongeBob. This shouldn't be good, but holy crap, it's really good.
Yeah. So. It's actually really interesting to think about making a musical with so many artists.
Yeah.
Like how they must have communicated about like what moments and like what has to be there. And so many themes come back throughout the show. You're like, oh my God, like did they all have dinner and like talk about this or like what?
I would like to think so.
Cool. Yeah, right.
One giant Skype call.
Yeah. That crashed every 2 seconds. I'm sure they could afford the finest internet. I'd be super happy if SpongeBob won, or if Angels in America won, just to change things up. But I think
I think if Angels in America won, it'd actually be really sad.
Yeah, actually, you're right. But a good point about why we should make original material, perhaps.
Let's go on to actors.
So, which one do you want to do first? Play, musical?
Let's do play, because it's going to be Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield, and let me tell you, he fucking deserves it. He was super transformed and arresting and just fucking fantastic.
Will Andrew Garfield ever play a role where he's actually British?
Probably not.
Is he actually British?
He's British.
What?
But the world probably doesn't know that because they've never heard him speak in a British accent except when he's interviewing.
They're like, wait, that's why he actually. It's like Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Speaking of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's same thing.
Banana.
You're British. Huh.
But yeah, he was really, really good.
Yeah, he really was.
He put it all on the line for this production.
Yeah.
Because he
just had to.
Yeah.
In Angels in America,
so much, and he did so much physically. Like it was just It's staggering. There's a scene near the end where he like gets to take a nap in a bed, and I was thinking that's probably like so nice. Like I wouldn't be surprised if he was really asleep right now after all this shit I just saw him do in one day. Just lean back and close your eyes.
Wouldn't you though? If you had to be like the star of Angels in America, wouldn't you actually take a nap?
Oh hell yeah!
Yes.
I would have to have one of the stage managers wake me up because I would never wake up.
Give me like a buzzer. Give me like a shot collar. Just kind of okay.
Yes, you're
I would
right.
like demands to have like a therapist in my dressing room in between shows.
This is not real. This is not real. This is not real.
And you go through it again and again and again. So much, so long. It's incredible. It's just like a feat of stamina, if nothing else. And it's so much else besides that.
And not just that. It is that.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I absolutely.
I do want to see it if I have the time. Or if I win the lottery.
Yeah, the lottery was really easy to win. Me and Owen both were on standby for part 1, and then we both won. And then we both won part 2 outright.
Yeah.
Like, first try.
My mom bought tickets to go see part 1, and she was going to go see part 2 later. And then I just told her, like, yeah, it was really easy to win tickets for part 2. And so she entered it, and she won. She won first row tickets for part 2.
My God. Can you imagine? I literally can't imagine. And Beth Malone's in it now, and I love Beth Malone. I mean, everyone in that is amazing.
Yeah.
Beth.
Just looking at the other Tom Holland. I mean, it's travesties.
It's
Tom
Travis.
Holland,
Sorry.
so
I'll stay.
it's a travesty.
Travesties wins anything.
I assume that Jamie Parker plays Harry Potter based on...
I think he plays.
Maybe not. I think he's probably the
Elvis.
son.
Elvis,
Yeah,
the boy.
yeah, probably.
He does not have the hairline to play that boy.
Harry Potter is not the leading actor, I wouldn't say.
No,
Although,
which is why
now I
I'm
have to
surprised
check it
I'm
out.
looking at this picture.
No, that's Harry. He plays Harry.
Really? Oh, that's so funny.
I was going to say, like, he does not have the hairline to be playing the kid.
Like I know that
Especially
Harry.
the kid who's in their
Should've been the
first
kid.
year. The kid is their first year of Hogwarts. They're supposed to be 11.
Yeah, but we go through a lot of time.
There's a lot of time things in that.
Oh, funny Harry.
They say they go back and forth through time, but mainly
Yeah,
it only takes place
but
over,
still.
like, a couple of weeks.
Well, he should deserve to win if he actually Andrew Garfield deserves to win, but I would have
Yes.
respect for Jamie Parker if he like found a way to navigate that, because Harry was almost like the biggest disappointment. You feel like he regressed so much, and he's like, Slytherins, don't talk to them, and I'm like, but you named your son, and
but
you went on this whole, what are you? I thought we talked about
You had this whole
this.
speech about
I thought
before we got on the train.
Right? He's like, even if you're in Slytherin, and then he's like, but stay the fuck away from your best friend, Scorpius Malfoy. And I'm like, who are you? What happened? Anyway. So good luck, Jamie Parker. I hope you're, having a good time.
I hope you're well.
Yeah, I hope it's going okay.
Uh,
I'll say for Tom Hollander of Travesties is he almost didn't even want to do that show because he was like, I don't know if we should be doing this show. And then he came to appreciate it through the rehearsal process. So I appreciate that he doesn't appreciate what he's doing.
I appreciate that he too kind of hates it.
Yes. Also, he was Mr. Collins in Pride and Prejudice. Anyway.
Mr. Collins.
Mr. Collins.
leading actress in a play.
In a play.
100% Glenda Jackson, who I just learned about, because she's not from our time period, but my mom's obsessed with her, and my mom was like, watch these 19 videos, and I watched 4 of them, and she's really cool. She's been acting for like 100 years, now she's like 81 years old, and she played King Lear last year in a fucking Shakespeare production on the West End. She was in Parliament for 23 years, and she's just been around for so long doing so much crazy stuff. She's definitely going to win. But I also heard that the actress
awesome.
yeah, she is awesome.
Just
She
all
flew-
that laundry list was like, what?
And she's so old and she's so kick-ass.
That's very cool.
I highly recommend watching interviews with her because they're like bananas. I think she's going to win. I also heard really good things about Condola Rashad for St. Joan, but I've heard bad things about the production.
Yeah.
And I just think Glenda Jackson, this is her one chance to win a Tony because she's a million, and they'll give it to her. She'll.
Because she's a million. I mean,
She's
Fair.
better than me at a million, but she is a million.
But yeah, I've heard. I mean, Amy Schumer's nominated for a show that I didn't even hear anything about.
I know. Who even knew that existed? When I saw that, I was like, for what? When? Was that in New York? What?
Yeah,
Wait,
I've
hold
heard
on.
of Children
I
of the
think
Lesser God.
I think I'm looking at the wrong list. Where are you even looking at this?
I'm looking on the TonyAwards.com.
Oh.
I'm looking at New York Times.
Huh. Amy Schumer. Look at that. Yeah. Just sorry. What do you know?
Bananas.
It's kind of nutty.
But yeah, I haven't heard anything that much about Children of the Lesser God. I've heard what I have heard is good, but not a lot. And then I've heard nothing about Meteor Shower at all.
Literally, who knew? What is it?
So I have to give it to Glenda Jackson.
Yeah.
Just because everyone I know who's seen it says it's really good.
Yeah.
And I've read it. I love the play. I've read it.
The only show I actually know well is St. Joan, but...
And let me say, okay, McCarter's St. Joan, I'm still not over how fucking amazing that was. Nothing will ever be that good again. That was amazing. Oh my God. Snaps. Not that McCarter did it, but they hosted it, and it was fantastic.
They produced it. That's what matters.
That's what kind of counts.
I appreciate that support, because holy shit, amazing.
Okay.
Cool.
Actor in a musical.
So I think it's probably going to be Tony from The Band's Visit. From what I've heard, Tony, right here, our own Tony, is just going to win Best Leading Actor in a Musical for his work on this podcast. So we're all really excited for him. I think that The Band's Visit will probably win, but I think Ethan Slater from SpongeBob did just win the Tony, and he's amazing. The Drama Desk Award. Hello. And he was really talented. I think he's probably a little young to edge this one out, but I'd be super happy if he did. I think it would be Tony Shalhoub, however you pronounce it.
I'd like to see it be Ethan Slater too, and I think it will be. Honestly, I think it will be.
I would not be surprised or unhappy if he won. He does a great job, and he's very talented, like as an actor, and also just physically. Like he can just do a lot. He's got that essence of magic because he's so spry.
Mainly,
Spry.
I mean, I haven't seen The Band's Visit, but I have trouble believing that Tony Shalhoub can sing all that well. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe he can and blow me away.
I would like to be proven wrong
Yes,
by that.
I didn't see it. So
personally, I feel like if you're going to win Best Actor in Musical,
you gotta sing a little.
yeah, I want. Yeah, so
if we were picking,
I could be totally wrong. I'm going to watch the Tonys, and if Tony Shalhoub performs and blows me away, then I'll be like, holy shit, I was totally wrong. I'll come back here and say that. But
and
I'm going for Ethan Slater.
Yeah. Right on. I hope he wins. I think he's great. But if we're putting money on this, if we're putting down a drink, take Tony Shalhoub.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to talk ratings, he'd be up there too. And
yeah,
because he is not just a theater name, so just not a great excuse, but
no, but it's true. It's true. It's true, and it's a voter thing, and you know. All right, Best Actress in a Musical. This one's tricky because there are so many. There are like 6 nominees.
I'm going to say Haley Kilgore because I saw her and she was amazing.
She was amazing, and I would love it to be her because she's like the product of that long search for like the perfect T Moon, and like you can just feel the joy she has for being there. Mm-hmm. I would love if it was her. My prediction, I'm gonna go with Lauren Ambrose for My Fair Lady. From what I've heard, which I haven't seen, but I heard she does a really mean Eliza Doolittle, and she's a little bit older.
It would be kind of cool to have an Eliza Doolittle win.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally. So, especially a quote unquote feminist Eliza Doolittle, however that's possible. So yeah, I wouldn't be mad.
That's something you can't direct out of a script. They had to have changed the script.
They must have, right? And I wonder how that was legal.
Maybe it wasn't.
But so it's interesting. It makes me want to see it because I'm curious about what they did because we're so familiar with, of course, this very famous play.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't really be mad if any of these people won. I mean, Jesse Mueller's amazing. Taylor voice.
Yeah. So, who knows? It's such a weird year.
Yeah.
It is such a bizarre year.
Amen. What's your pick, Tony? Who are you putting your money on?
I don't know.
It's tricky.
I'll say Haley Kilgore.
Right on.
I'd be
so happy if she won.
For the same reasons you said. Like that she deserved. She fought so hard to be there and got it, and how happy she is.
She's great, and I bet her speech would be so sweet.
Yeah.
Because she'd be so happy.
Honestly, I'm in it for the speeches at this point.
Yes. Truth. Amen.
Best featured actor in a play.
Who's Anthony Boyle? What does he play?
It needs to be Nathan Lane.
Well, yeah.
I'm
always.
He's one of those names that like it's like a publicity thing. He was so good. He was the one thing from seeing it, like seeing the NT live production to seeing it on stage, that I'm so glad I saw on stage. He was one of the big reasons why I was so happy to see it in person, because seeing his performance in person was just so moving. How he act one, he goes from this really funny, out loud, in your face character to this guy who is just vulnerable and that's sad and
beauty of Nathan Lane. Sorry, he's one of my favorites.
So good.
Yeah.
And, oh my God, he's just so good. He plays this horrible, horrible person, but at the end, my heart was breaking for him.
Yeah. I heard Michael Cera was really good too. I heard he was actually really, really good in Lobby Hero. So again, yeah. I think Lobby Hero did so well because people like him were in it. Mm-hmm. But because I read it in college on a complete whim, and I don't know very many people who have heard of it otherwise. So
yeah, it's a tricky category.
Anthony Boyle. I'm guessing he's the one who plays Harry Potter.
I don't know. He's not that young.
No, Sam Clement, it says, played Albus Potter. Oh, and Anthony Boyle was Scorpius. He's little Draco's son. Draco's little son. So I bet he won't win, but I'm sure he did well. But Scorpius, I thought, was one of the better developed characers in the play.
Yeah,
I thought that was I agree. It makes sense that.
He was
more
he was written in a way that I believed it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot to say about the relationship between Alan and Scorpius, and maybe it could have been gayer, but personal preference.
Sorry,
but I think that's the funnest part.
That phrase caught me off guard.
I'm just saying exactly half of us are thinking. We all wanted it. But I thought the most enjoyable part when I read the script was seeing Albus hang out with Scorpius, because friendship, and I believed them both, and it's fun to see angsty Slytherins be the protagonists for once. I'm into it. I like Slytherins. I don't have Harry Potter's post-adventure bias.
That's what I am.
Yeah. I guess I would also go with Nathan Lane because I saw him, but I don't know enough, and I wonder how many Tonys they can give him. He was great, though. I thought he absolutely deserves to win more Tonys, but
always
just playing the numbers.
Perpetually. Yeah.
That
also is a fair. That is a fair point.
So good.
That is a fair point of how many can we keep giving this guy?
Yeah.
He totally deserves everything he gets. But
exactly, like in our next category, Best Featured Actress in a Play, I don't think Laurie Metcalf is going to win, not because she's not great, because I bet she was amazing, but because she just won for Doll's House Part 2, in which I bet she was also amazing, because I fucking love Laurie Metcalf.
She's the only name I recognize in this one, though.
We have 2 nominees from Angels in America, which we both just saw.
Yeah.
And I loved Susan Brown, and maybe I would have picked her, but I think Denise Go.
I was going to say, I was the same exact thing. I loved Susan Brown. The way that she played the multiple characters, I thought it was an amazing job.
Yeah, me too.
But
and then her
Denise
was so...
her character is so much it's
so challenging.
It's a very difficult character to play, and she does it so well. So I would give it to her probably.
I think that she's going to take it. Which honestly is impressive, because when you have 2 nominees from the same show, you split the vote a little bit. Mm-hmm. But there's a lot of goodwill for her. And she was great at a really hard thing.
Yeah.
But if Susan Brown won, I'd also be really happy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm honestly none of them. I wouldn't be mad either. Noma as Hermione is a great casting choice, and I bet she's amazing. Although, of course, I have not seen it, so nothing would make me mad. But yeah, Denise is my pick.
Featured actor in a musical. I know none of these people.
Oh, you don't know Norbert Leo Butz?
Yeah, who was he?
Fiyero from Wicked, for one.
Who was he in My Fair Lady?
Oh, he was the dad. Get me to the church.
Oh, was he? That's awesome. He's just a little too old now to play.
Yeah.
To play what's his face, the creepy one.
Here for you.
The guy who sings "On the Street Where You Live." I forget his name.
Oh God, yeah.
I don't know My Fair Lady that well.
What is his name? I don't even know his fucking name. Yeah, the love interest who's not really a love interest.
Yeah, who's in love with her, and she's just kind of like, ooh.
And she's just like, ooh, yeah. Awkward.
Like,
Sorry, good luck with that. Yeah, Norbert Leo Butz, and I heard he does a fucking amazing job at that. But I think
that's a role I can see him knocking out.
Yeah, I bet it's really fun. I would love to see it for him.
I'd like to see Squidward get a Tony.
Yeah,
it would be.
I think Norbert has too many Tonys. I don't think they're going to give another one after this.
The Squidward part is actually not huge.
Yeah, it's really not.
So
about him, I thought it was going to be way bigger, and it was not as big. Plug
I'm going to go with the band's visit just because I feel like it deserves more Tonys than we've given it so far.
I agree. Alex.
Plus, he has a nice headshot.
Alex Geminiani might win because he's kind of famous, right?
I don't know.
Sure.
It's ringing a bell. I feel like not Gray Henson. Yes, so maybe the band's visit.
Yeah. Carousel is another one of those that I'm okay if it's never done again.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So. That's another one where I'm like, how could we do that today? Like, did you change it, or is it still like really?
How much of the script did you rewrite?
Yeah. Do we still say his slap feels like a kiss, or like? Cause like awkward.
Cause like.
I mean, like it's cool if you're into that, but like.
Yeah, no kink shaming.
No kink shaming here. Yeah. I'm all about it, but
not about that on this podcast.
But still.
We got some questions about the play. So I'm
going with band's visit just because.
Just because, why not? I would like to see SpongeBob win because I want to see how Nickelodeon responds if Squidward.
I want to see a picture of Squidward holding Tony like.
Exactly.
There is honestly, something nice about Squidward winning a Tony, and I know a lot of people who are obsessed with his performance, and he was great. It just, I agree, was smaller than I expected based on the hype.
He does have a very good song.
Yeah, people love that song.
He's having a mental breakdown. So.
So I would. Yeah.
I can dig it.
Absolutely.
Featured actress in a musical. Again, don't know any of these people.
I think that Ashley Park is going to win based on what people have told me. Mean Girls hasn't won anything.
Her name sounds familiar, so I'm not sure if I've heard it from Mean Girls or if I know her through something else or something. I'd have to look it up. Let me see.
Yeah, I'm certain that she's been in something else. In fact, I feel like I had a conversation with Owen's sister Bridget where I was like, Mean Girls has Brett Wilbert Wheaton in it, and she was like, and Ashley Park, and I was like, cool, but who is that?
Cool. Yeah.
I do think she's gonna win. Let me look up who that is.
I'm already on Broadway Worlds looking at her theater credits.
Proud of you.
What do we got? I featured actress in a musical. I don't know the other female roles in My Fair Lady. Other?
Who is she in My Fair Lady?
Who else is there to play? That could be. That could be.
Jesse, you should know who Ashley Park is.
I'm sure that I do. It's just
she was in Sunday in the Park with George.
Oh my god, of course she was. Oh my god, yeah, of course she is.
She also played Top 10 in King and I revival.
Nice. Well, it's her time and she'll win, and she's great. And she was great in Sunday in the Park. Oh, Diana Rigg must be Henry Higgins' mom.
Okay.
Which is like not a role people remember.
And that's such a tiny role too.
Yeah, like, I know exactly. So they must like.
So her. I was gonna say they must like her, or she really, really killed it.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously.
Just
make the most out of every moment. No small parts, only small acts.
Because that's a pretty that is a small part.
But you're right to say, like, aside from Eliza, yeah. What
other roles are there? It's
ensemble. Yeah, I think Ashley Park will take it. And she was great in Sunday in the Park, and Park is literally in her name, so I'm a little embarrassed right now. But, as we age, the memory, it goes.
27, Tony. It's all downhill from there.
Oh, yes, Tony, enjoy your youth. Enjoy our healthcare.
I got 2 more years left before it just all fades away.
This job gives me healthcare, so.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, too.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all right, buddy.
It's gonna be okay.
You're gonna make it.
Let's talk about designers.
Yeah, this one is always fun because we don't know who's gonna win. We can just pick what we feel like.
They brought back sound design, right?
They did.
Yay!
Yay, sound designers.
Thank God.
Best.
And ensemble.
Oh, did they really?
I think so. They're not this year. It's next year.
Yeah, that's not this year.
Cool. I heard that petition and I was like, that's such a great idea because there's so much amazing ensemble work on Broadway.
Next should be stage managers because seriously, they do so much work.
My God, I could not agree more.
Amen.
I 1000% agree. Preach, Owen, preach.
Yes.
Yeah.
Best scenic design of a play. I'm going with Angels in America because I know one of those set designers.
It's gotta be Angels or Harry Potter, right?
Probably.
Like just in terms of what they're doing.
It really does have to be.
Like, I'm sure Three Tall Woman is amazing, but that's gotta be like a room, right?
See, that's it. Yeah, Three Tall Woman is like a singular set.
Which is no one's fault. That's fine.
No,
but
it's
like,
still
you
can still design that well, but when you're doing something as big as Angels in America or Harry Potter,
it's probably going to be Harry Potter just because of what I've heard from it. I'd like Eddie Pierce to win another Tony.
And the set for Angels in America was incredible. Things came out of nowhere and rotated seamlessly, and like I had no idea where they were storing everything. It was incredible.
I don't know how you did this.
Yeah, I literally was bewildered by so much of what happened on stage. It crossed the line between theater and magic for sure. But I'm sure Harry Potter did too. I love that it's a female set designer for Harry Potter. That's pretty cool as well.
Yeah.
I put my money on Harry Potter.
Yeah,
that's
probably.
Best scenic design of a musical.
Yeah, so it's tricky. There's a lot of good.
Once in the Island is nominated, and it was really good what they did with that set.
It was amazing what they did with that set.
I've heard great things about SpongeBob as well.
And a truck and the sand and other thing. SpongeBob also had a great set.
The stuff with the sand, I think, is really neat.
Yeah. And of course, I haven't seen the other three to know really anything about what they look like.
Yeah, we literally can't put any input on this unless we've seen it.
Unless we've seen it, yeah.
Yeah.
When in doubt, I'm gonna pick the woman if there's only because typically there's only one.
Yep.
So,
there are none.
There are none
whatsoever.
None.
But SpongeBob was a woman, so.
Okay.
But no, Harry Potter was a woman, so.
There you go.
Christine Jones, so good for.
Yeah. Christine Jones, take it, girl.
Yes.
It's typically what I do when I vote too. I was like, I don't know either of these people. Pick the woman. Typically, not always.
Well, only if she's the Democrat.
I will.
But she
bingo. Yes.
Yeah. I will go with SpongeBob. Just because.
I will go on Once on This Island because they're both wonderful.
I think Once on This Island for.
Well, I'd be happy if SpongeBob won, though. There's a lot of great stuff. Like the Rube Goldberg machines on the side, and like when they climb that thing at the end, that was bonkers. That's another fucking compliment for Ethan Slater for Best Actor because he did a lot while climbing like a bizarre moving structure and takes skill. Takes breath control. Costume design of a play.
Okay. Before we get into costume design, I was reading through these before, and I noticed Anne Roth is nominated for 3 shows, 2 plays, and 1 musical for her costume design. So props to you, Anne Roth.
Yeah, she gets
She deserves to win at least one of those.
At least one of those. Although she's going against herself one time.
Oh, and apparently the scenic design for SpongeBob, he also designed the costumes.
Wow. Oh my God.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's not something you hear about. So.
Oh, and I might pick SpongeBob for costumes because holy shit. Actually, although Once in This... Oh, no, they're different.
But we're doing plays first.
You're right. Plays first. No idea. I guess
I'll
Angels in America,
probably
you have
do.
the Angels were pretty fucking baller.
That's true.
I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't seen Harry Potter.
Me neither. I mean, wizards' robes are cool, but not.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll probably go Angels in America.
Yeah.
Wizards' robes are cool, but not Tony cool.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And I haven't seen them, so maybe they're insane.
So
like,
maybe they are.
Who knows? We have no idea. And I haven't seen. Yeah. So yeah. But I'll go Angels in America because they were angels. They had wings, and I liked it. And stuff. Who knows? Can't wait to find out.
Best costume designer of a musical.
So tough. SpongeBob was amazing, and Once on This Island was amazing.
I'm gonna go Once on This Island just because the way that they made those costumes was so unique.
Yeah, it was really fucking cool.
I want to say SpongeBob because how cool it is, but I want the goat to be featured.
Yes, the goat.
So,
well,
but
I
think
pointed out that the goat probably had to wear a diaper, but they, so it wouldn't poop all over the set. But then they wanted it to look like a goat that wasn't wearing pants, so they got it goat.
Yeah, that was
colored
my
pants.
theory.
I think you're right, and it
I'm
just
sure
makes me
that's
happy
it.
to think about.
I'm absolutely sure that was
it makes 100% total sense, but I just think it's so funny to put pants on a goat that look like the goat.
There was also a chicken.
Yes, there was. Chicken got to live in a box, so it could do what it wanted. Oh my god, good time.
But I think SpongeBob, just for the fact that they made all kinds of ridiculous costumes.
They did. I love them both. I'd be so happy if either one won. I will go SpongeBob because last time when me and Owen were thinking about these two, he went SpongeBob.
Mm-hmm.
So now I will go SpongeBob.
Lighting design of a play.
Design of a play.
It's probably down to Harry Potter and Angels in America again.
Yeah,
just
I'm
because
sure.
of visual effects. I'm going for Angels in America because I saw it.
Exactly. Yeah, me too.
I'm gonna go with Harry Potter because because of how ridiculous I'm sure it had to be to cover all of the magic.
Yeah,
that's
and to hide all the magic. So.
Absolutely true.
Best lighting design of a musical.
Once on This Island was fucking sick. I have to tell you, the car crash with the lighting
That's
that was
true.
like very precise and very impressive.
They had a lot of practicals that they had spread out throughout the stage that they had to time.
Yeah, and doing it in the round is always like a special challenge.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'll go Once on This Island, but I'm sure they all had wonderful lighting.
I don't know any way, shape, or form. I'm gonna pick Brian McDevitt because I think it's just fun. I like his name.
Nice. Good pick.
Just to shake things up and to do the opposite of what Jesse just did, I'm gonna go back to SpongeBob.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to shake things up. And that way one of us will be right.
Yeah.
Hey.
Best
Here we go.
Sound
Best
design of a
direction.
play.
Oh, really? I have Best Direction next.
No, we gotta finish the designer set.
Yeah, this article is weird. I'll scroll down, don't worry. Sound design in a play. It's weird director so low, don't you think?
Yeah, it is.
Oh well, who cares? Sound design in a play.
I know.
Ooh, 1984 is nominated.
I would like to see 1984 because that's the first time we've seen it.
Wish I had seen that. Yeah, right? Yeah.
The first time we've seen it on this list, I want them to win.
And I bet it was nuts because it's like a nightmare torture play.
I have to go with the Harry Potter just because from reading it, I know there has to be kinds of crazy sound effects in that show.
Yeah, I'm sure
I'm
it's
certain that's true. I will go Harry Potter as well, but I'd be very happy if Angels won or if 1984 because that'd be fucking cool.
Although, yeah, I'm gonna go Harry Potter. But I was thinking about Angels in America just because it had to be hard because they had to have all that music pre-recorded.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, but I feel like Harry Potter's gonna sweep technicals in a lot of ways, and we're always wise to bet on that.
It's fair.
Sound design of a musical.
Oh
god, I've no fucking clue.
That's gonna be tough.
I'll go Mean Girls because I haven't said anything for it.
And it's got to win some stuff.
It's got to win something.
I'm sure it will.
Mean Girls.
Sure it will. I'm going to go SpongeBob because they had like a Foley artist and he was pretty cool, and I wonder if that counts.
That's neat. Okay, I'll go for that too. I didn't know that. If they had a Foley artist, I think that's a neat little thing.
Yeah, I don't know how that works or how they judge sound design, or if we're all just voting. But if I was voting, I think that was fun.
I think that's really neat. I think that's a neat little a neat little addition.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Best
Where to next, friends?
direction of a play.
All right. Direction of a play. Travesties. Psych, I hate travesties. Anyway, so Angels in America
Angels in
or
America.
Harry Potter?
Yeah.
I think Angels in
Angels in
America.
America. Just
Yeah.
maybe-
George C. Wolfe, maybe. That's a.
Yeah, and I have
He
no idea.
he'd be a outlier. Just I don't enjoy The Iceman Cometh just as a whole. I agree that it feels just kind of pretentious now, especially.
Yeah.
But it's
Like travesties.
but it just he's a wild card, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, why
I mean,
not?
Joe Mantello's in there too, so he
Yeah.
does great work.
I mean, and Patrick Marber, although I hate travesties more than anything, is a playwright I really like. He wrote Closer. But yeah, I'll vote for Marion Elliott for
Yeah,
Angels
same.
Because what the fuck,
Yeah.
that was insane. They
'Cause
did
I'm-
so much
'cause I'm
magic.
sh-
Can we talk
say-
about the moment where there were two guys getting into bed with Pryor, and then he lifted the blanket and they disappeared into the air while I looked straight at them? Because where did they go, and who will tell me? And I know that like people
someone
watch
explain
this, but
this to me.
please tell me where they
No,
went.
I have to agree with Jesse because I knew that moment was coming. Having seen the NT live production, I was watching for it, and then I still didn't see where they went. I was like, "What the hell?" I was
think
looking
that's
at it.
happening.
I knew it was happening. I'm still shocked.
I could not conceive of one possible
I knew
place
what was happening. I knew
they
what was
could've-
coming. What happened?
is mind blowing, like absolute stage
That's
magic.
pretty cool.
Where did they go? I have no idea.
Best
Music-
direction of a musical.
I feel strongly that it should be Tina Landau. I think what she did with SpongeBob is incredible, and like how she did it is incredible. And there are many other good choices here, but I really want it to be Tina Landau. Especially because there are so few directors on Broadway right now, female directors. It's like 17%, and
Wow.
it's so low. And she, did so much to make this what it is. I think she gets a ton of credit, and I'm rooting for her.
I'm going to Michael Arden just because it is so difficult to direct in the round and making sure that everyone can see things and like it. That
That's
like
true.
it's such a challenge to do that, and it was such an amazing performance. So props to him. Got to give it
Yeah,
to him.
he does a lot of stuff. He like gets around. Like everywhere I go is Michael Arden. He's a very talented guy who can do a lot of things.
I'm gonna say Tina Landau too, just because I think she had a serious bravery to be able to say, "Hey, do you want to do SpongeBob?" Yes, I think that must have been a hard yes, because there's gonna be people, those theater people, thankfully that we are not, of the ew SpongeBob. Yeah,
Yeah, of
no,
course.
so
The
she
people who go to see travesties and laugh at it over there, expensive wine, Dadaism, and you're like, shut up, get out of here.
So yeah, I think that was a hard yes. I think that was it's like freaking. I'm gonna do Spider-Man. That took some cojones. That took some courage.
Yeah, seriously.
So to be able to say yes.
I think
Truly
this paid
true.
off better than
This
Spider-Man.
paid off way better, yeah.
So,
And I just loved some of the stuff you see about like how collaboratively she directed it and how much agency she gave the actors, which is so nice instead of treating them like puppets. And you can feel all the fun and specificity in the play, and I feel like it comes from giving actors that agency.
Yeah.
So I don't know that she's gonna win, but I personally really want her to.
Now two that I didn't know were here.
Choreography.
Best choreography. I did not know there was a Tony for choreography. Is that new this year, or am I just
think it
completely
might-
out of it?
it might be. I don't know.
No idea. And does that cover just dance or like fight or like movement? Probably everything, right?
Probably everything.
Yeah,
Would be
I mean,
There's no dance in Harry Potter, and it's here,
Yeah.
so it must be.
um,
Actually, I don't know. I haven't seen Harry Potter. Maybe there is dance. Who can say?
Who knows?
Who knows?
We gotta hurry
Yeah.
though, because especially if we're gonna talk E3.
yeah. Again, to shake it up, Mean Girls. Because
My safe money is on Christopher Gattelli, because he's nominated for 2 of them.
You're right. You're right.
So you say
Say
name,
name.
just say the
I'll
name
say-
and not even say the show.
Steve Hogarth, Harry Potter.
So we're all
Because
different.
I don't know. Who knows?
Who knows? And then
And
best
best
orchestration.
Oh.
I again don't think this was ever a thing before. I don't know what it
I-
particularly entails.
I'm gonna say SpongeBob again, just because it had to orchestrate all of those different styles
true.
of music, all those different artists.
I'll agree with that.
I'll go Once on this Island to be different, so we have more bets out there.
Okay.
Because we agreed on so many of them.
We did.
And done. The rest are
Done.
all special Tonys. Tony's done. We'll
Who
go
do you
back
think's gonna win the special Tony, guys? What do you
Bruce
think?
Springsteen.
It's a joke.
It's Bruce
because
Springsteen and John Leguizamo.
I know.
Lifetime Achievement Awards going to Andrew Lloyd Webber and Cheetah Rivera too, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
About time.
Good
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, that's cool. Anyway,
We won't get to hear their speeches, but good for them.
But fine.
but
All
whatever.
right.
Okay.
Let's talk
Yeah. E3 predictions. A lot has come out in this past week about things that are going to be showing up.
Shut up and take my money.
Yeah. We got 2 new Pokemon games. Pretty much the same Pokemon game except for the name.
Did you all see that Pokemon? I know you guys did. That Pokemon trailer was wild.
Yeah.
I
Nutty.
profoundly want to
Say
play
I
it.
showed it to Jesse.
Yes, you did.
I'm so
Last
stupid
together.
excited about it.
My excitement is dying from it.
What?
The
What?
mainly the looking at it more, they're trying to the way it's not the standard Pokemon game that people wanted really. And apparently they've come out and said that like we know this isn't the standard Pokemon game you wanted. That will come later, but this is what you get for now. And this is from someone who hasn't been playing Pokemon Go. I know that the people who have been consistently playing Pokemon Go are going to have a huge fucking advantage over me. Sure. And I hate that. I hate that people who have been playing it consistently, like Tony, are already deemed to be like so much better than I am. Because they can just like, oh, I caught this in Pokemon Go. Yoink, it's in my Switch now. And I don't like that. I mean, it's a cool thing, but I'm pissed about it because I haven't been playing it.
I feel like one of the things that I always wanted as a kid and never saw was just like Pokemon that you could play on a console instead of a handheld. And that feels like
it's a little bit of both.
Yeah, but that and I also don't like the Pokemon catching system that it's the same they put the Pokemon catching system from Pokemon Go into this where you're just gonna throw balls at it, you're not gonna attack it at all. Which is
Yeah, that's a little
it's not what I wanted.
Yeah. And they are gonna make the 8th gen sometime next year.
Yeah. They will make one for the Switch. It will be the standard Pokemon game for the Switch. Yep. But this isn't it. This is to get people excited.
This is a holdover. And they said this is for people who, one, want the nostalgia factor, and two, have never played before.
Yeah,
it's a good
introduction where they don't need to look at all the stats and the types and stuff like that. None of that shit matters.
And like they're going to be actually like the tall grass. They're actually going to be walking around in the grass, and like you can see them. You're like, "Ooh, that's something cool!" And then you go over there and catch it.
This is true.
I think that's really. I'm very excited. I think it's going to be really innovative in the best of ways.
So we got that.
Super Smash Brothers.
Super Smash Brothers is going to be there.
We can just talk about Nintendo the entire time. Yeah. New Star Fox, new Metroid.
Yeah, a lot for Nintendo.
Rumor is that like they're going to do the new Metroid. They're wondering about the Star Fox whether or not it's going to be like if it's going to be rumor right now is it's just going to be a Star Fox racing game, which is not what people want, but that's what the rumor is. And Super Smash is rumored to be a new game.
It's not going to be. It's not a port. It's not a port. It's not a port.
That's what everyone's saying.
Yeah, we're starting to hear that it's not.
So they're probably going to get a date for that. We're probably going to get a date for Pokemon. We're probably going to get some kind of trailer for Metroid because last time all we got was the logo.
Yeah.
And they'll probably announce something else that they're working. Supposedly, maybe a new mobile game that they're working on. That's Nintendo.
Fallout, right?
Fallout 76 was announced
this week. Which people think it's going to be online and a building game.
Yeah, online survival game. It's going to be like a more in-depth version of Fallout Shelter.
Okay, interesting.
Which some people are excited about, some people are pissed off about. I'm just pissed off that it's not Elder Scrolls 6. Yeah, because that's what I wanted.
It's different. I think it's.
I'm sure it'll be a great game. I do like survival games. I'm sure I'll play it, and I'm sure I'll get my ass kicked by random people who spend all their time in it, and it's gonna piss me off, like all survival games I do. But yeah, I'm sure it'll be a great game because Bethesda does great work. They've already announced Rage 2 is coming out because they had to after the Walmart leaks came out.
Yeah, freaking Walmart.
Walmart.
Walmart's just kind of
They're
like,
like, well, shit. Well, we got to do this now. We were gonna wait, but here we go. And supposedly, months ago there was that rumor they have this new IP for the space game called Starfield. Rumor is that's going to get like
Airplanes?
I live near an airport.
okay,
And that's even loud for me. So
totally.
who knows what's
And
happening?
then an airplane
Hopefully
crashes
everything's
into
fine.
apartments. Get to safety.
But yeah, rumor is that they might have like some kind of like teaser trailer for what Starfield might be.
That'd be cool. Even though I can't play it because I don't own the system, I want to see more about the new Spider-Man game that's coming out for PS4.
Yeah, PS4. You're gonna find out a lot more about games that we already know about, which is Spider-Man, Last of Us 2, supposedly, or at least people are. I know I'm gonna like the new Kojima game, Death Stranding. Supposedly there's gonna be gameplay of that, which I played. Metal Gear Solid 5. At least I started playing it for the first time just because it was the free game.
Yeah.
Xbox Live. I had to stop after the first mission because I knew that Kojima's stories were weird. Didn't know they were that
Was
fucking
it
weird.
that weird?
I got to the point where I'm like, okay, I have trouble believing this, and
That's fair.
yeah, so I pulled me out. But it's supposed to be really good. And then they have like supposedly maybe some new games. I don't know.
I want them to say, I want Sony to be saying, hey, we're going to put all of your old games, because they're doing with Crash Bandicoot, they're doing with all this stuff. I want a Ratchet and Clank for the
Well,
for the
there's
PC.
another rumor. It's a rumor that more people are wanting rather than what's actually going to happen. Is that they're going to like start doing backwards compatibility from older games, like bringing an older PS2 library because it's worked out so well for Xbox.
Yes,
Yeah.
it really
And people
has.
have been seeing it happen on Xbox. Be like, what the fuck? I want that.
Like, yeah, we do.
Come on, Sony.
Yeah.
You know you're better. We want that.
Yeah, like, hey,
It's the
we
one
know
thing
you can
Xbox
do this.
have. It's the one
Well,
thing Xbox has.
The thing that I want people to start really gearing for is cross-platform, because they literally flipped a switch once by accident,
Yeah.
and let it play.
Sony
for like
is
2 hours.
literally what
And
is
Sony's
killing
just gonna-
cross-platform.
Yeah.
Everyone else is on board with it. They're the only ones saying it can't happen.
But we know they're lying. It has happened.
Well, they say they don't want it to happen because they
Yeah.
said they're worried about their fan base, which is stupid.
No, that's bullshit. It's just what was it? Well, I forget what game it was, but there was a game where literally someone switched a button by
Fortnite.
accident. It was Fortnite,
It
yeah,
was Fortnite.
and they could play cross-platform, and then Sony was like, "Wait, what?" and then stopped it. So bullshit. So,
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I mean, it's the end of the console wars. It's we all want to play.
Yeah.
We don't want to play with each other.
And lastly, I mean, there's other things. EA is going to talk about Battlefield 1, probably a new Star Wars thing.
No, they lost it.
Now they
Really?
did.
Yeah, they did. I thought they did.
Not from what I heard just today.
I thought EA lost the Star Wars license.
I think they still have it through 2024.
Oh, jeez. Well, I give up then. But anyway,
But supposedly a new Star Wars game and doing EA stuff and whatever.
EA being EA.
Yes.
Rumor is, as much as I don't want this to happen, that Rockstar is going to have a thing about Red Dead Redemption 2 with PlayStation, that there might be like timed exclusivity with PlayStation, which pisses me off.
Oh my god, fuck that.
But moving on, Xbox.
I heard they're gonna announce. This is a complete rumor that they're gonna announce some compatibility with smart homes.
Really?
So yeah.
Oh, tell me
with,
more.
with Amazon products and Google Homes and stuff like that.
That would make sense. They seem to be doing a lot of more stuff on their hardware side. Rather, like they got that deal with Discord done.
Yeah.
Another rumor that I heard is that they're going to be combining Xbox Gold Live, and Xbox Game Pass into one thing, which would be great if you have it.
That'd be amazing.
I have both right now, so
I was
it'd
gonna
be
say, I
nice
still
to
have both.
only be paying for one.
That'd be very cool. That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Suppose Crackdown 3, which might be getting delayed again, but whatever. Supposedly Halo 6, a new Gears of War, New
Gears
Forza
of War.
Horizon.
I think at this point, gaming wise, they need a new Halo.
Yes, they need a new Halo because Halo 5 didn't do what they wanted.
It did not do what they wanted as a launch title, and also it was 3 years ago now.
Yeah, I never even played it. I can play it for free now because I have Game Pass, and I still. It was
really good. It was just not what we wanted.
But yeah, and they've missed the bar with their original IPs, which sucks because Halo 5 was meh. Gears of War 4, meh. They need something really good.
They needed something new when they launched. I really think just because
when they launched too, they didn't have a new Halo title at launch. They had Master Chief Collection, which did not work.
No, but still very fun to be able to play remastered old Halo games. That was very fun. But I get exactly what you're saying. It was just it wasn't it.
I want to now that we've covered all this, we're going to go on to predictions and things we want. And I need to, since we're starting with Xbox, I want to see something new from Xbox. I want to see like what they've done in terms of like getting a new game. I just want to see like one new
brand
game.
New.
Yeah. Because they need to. They need to like make sure people want to stay with Xbox, and they're going to need some new games, especially after what happened with Scalebound. They're a big new game that failed because they had to scrap it for whatever reason, which got people very upset. So they need some kind of new IP, new something, new exclusive, something.
Something. Yeah, I agree. I completely agree with that. I think they need because like we were talking about Halo 6, or Gears of War 5, that's too many. Mm-hmm. Like that's too many to keep leaning on. It's great for them to keep going.
Yeah.
But you need something new at this point because we'll play these games, but we're only sticking with your device because of loyalty to the franchise.
I did hear a rumor just today that there was a side project that this indie project that some online developers were making for an online like Halo like PC thing, and that got scrapped by Microsoft because the developers saying like we know this is what you want. We know you want online Halo for PC, and we have to scrap for you now. But we're gonna we hear what you're saying.
We know you want it. We just can't right now.
Yeah, and that's what there's a rumor that they're gonna announce that as like a new Halo thing. It's something for online PC play.
Okay.
Which people would really love. But
that would be pretty great, yeah.
Especially as someone who has a PC. Isn't that right, Tony?
That's true. I would highly enjoy that.
Jesse, what would you want to see if there's something you want from E3 to be announced?
Well, honestly, I have a lot of what I want in my life in terms of gaming right now. I feel very fortunate and I have a lot to do. I just agree that we always want new stuff. Like, it's how I feel about theater too. Like, it's fun to have sequels, and obviously I would like 19 impossibly paced Dragon Age games every day of my life, continuing forever. But make new things. Show me new things.
BioWare's working on Anthem right now. That's
I know. And also, Inquisition is like not that old, and I'm fine. Really, I'm fine. I could play it 90 more times, but
Do you guys think we're gonna get any new console?
No.
Stuff? You don't think so? Because they just did their gen and a half, both of them.
Yeah, I mean they just did the Xbox One X. I doubt and that's been doing well for Microsoft.
PS4 or PS4 Pro. They just did that. So
the X is doing well for Microsoft. PlayStation 4 isn't going to get down in terms of numbers right now.
No. I do think they skipped over PS3 pretty quick.
Well, that's because PS3 was a failure by all means. It was pretty much a failure.
Yeah. What else?
I mean, we can do predictions.
For my friends' hope, I hope they announce a Switch price drop. They won't.
They won't. No, if they're adding Pokemon, there's no way.
That would be nice.
Smash Pokemon, they're not gonna drop the price for that.
If anything, they're gonna make it
raise it.
Yeah, they're gonna have special edition ones that are tinted different colors and gonna cost twice as much.
Mine's packed away already.
Yes. 100% true.
100. Yeah, but I mean, I hope because if they dropped it $50, can you imagine how many people would buy it in a heartbeat with all the new games coming out? Yeah, if they just dropped $50, $25 even. It's so.
It does make a difference.
It makes a lot of difference. That $50 will go to a game.
Yeah.
We'll go to a game instead of paying for the system itself.
My prediction. I have one prediction. I think that we're finally gonna get a release date for Days Gone, the PS4 zombie game that was announced 3 years ago, and still like they keep showing trailers for it, but we have no idea of when it's gonna be released.
Oh, buddy.
Stop making trailers and make the game.
Make the game.
Like no one has any idea when it's gonna be released. So I'd like to think that. I mean, I'd like to think as in, I don't care because I'm not gonna play because I have a PlayStation. But I think that they're probably gonna have an announcement for the release of it. That's my one like prediction that I think is going to happen. That like not something that's not rumored, but I think is going to happen.
It's fair.
Cool.
My prediction is we're going to be highly underwhelmed.
Yeah.
I second Tony's prediction.
It's a really safe prediction.
Well, we already know a lot of what's been announced.
Yeah.
There's not much they can do that's going to surprise us.
We're going to
get more details on stuff.
And I'm interested in the details. But yeah, I feel like the surprise.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that's going to like blow people away this year.
I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
It's for both. For the Tonys and D3. We'll take what we can get. We'll be watching.
Yeah. And there's even more. There's so many things premiering this week about all of it. Like year 2 of Destiny is there's a trailer tomorrow. So
I don't care about that anymore.
I know, but still,
you've all been playing on PC and I can't play. I still get their Discord chats things.
Oh, good. Every once in a while, we'll send funny stuff. But yeah, it's a good time to be doing this podcast.
One thing I'm excited about that I didn't mention before. Supposedly, Ubisoft's going to announce Division 2.
Ooh, that'd be cool because they've done really well. They've learned.
Yeah, they've learned from the mistakes of Division, made it into something that people actually really like, and now they're saying, okay, we have our core base that stuck with it and realized, okay, this is a good game. Now we want to get back those people that we lost with a brand new game with all the fixes in it, and
which is pretty great. So that's a really great idea.
And I've heard lots of people who liked Destiny and what fell off went over to the Division.
Yep. It's still really hard though with it because it ends up being the learning curve. It's like, wow, these people are so much better than me, and I don't think
I played the Division on like a weekend trial thing, and I had fun with it until it got to missions where you had to do some PvP, and I was like, well, all the people in here are like level 150 and I'm level 7, so I'm dead.
So that was fun while it lasted.
Yeah,
which makes sense. I mean, it's how player versus player based games work. It's sometimes you just gotta be you gotta play
the grind, which is if you like to play multiple games.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but okay. We're gonna end this episode. We're gonna go back once Tony's and E3 is over. I'm gonna go back through this and look at all our Tony predictions, see how many we got right and how many we got wrong, and we're gonna show who won most predictions correctly. And then next week, Jess and I will talk about the things we liked about the Tonys. And
I can give you a list. I'll watch them. But
nice. We can read quotable Tony quotes.
We'll do our reactions to E3, like if there were any surprises or any big news like that we're excited for after the news from that.
Okay,
we will be texting each other the entire time of both.
Yes.
Hell yes. Yes. Although I might not be able to watch the Tonys live this year. Because it is June 10th, which is the day I'm leaving this dog sitting thing to run back to New York so I can do first read of my play the next day. So I might watch them taped. But,
yay, working artists. Yay, working artists.
We do what we have to. We'll see how the timing works out. I might be able to swing it, but I might watch them not live, which is fine. Yeah, honestly, it's fine. It's a fine year for this to happen.
Yeah, I watched all of E3 last year. I'm not going to do it this year. Well, one, because next weekend is my college reunion, and then I'm going to my sister's for a Tony watching party. So
Dolls.
I'm gonna watch the E3 intermittently. I'm gonna watch all of Nintendo's because it's always a good time.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and watch Bethesda's.
Yeah.
I made the mistake of watching Bethesda's last year, which was it was after the Tonys, and I was like, I can stay up and watch Bethesda in case they announce anything about Elder Scrolls. They did not. I was sad. They had a very lackluster performance last year.
They said, hey, it's gonna be on the Switch, and that's it. So.
Yeah.
So I want to see Xboxes because I want to see Phil Spencer's done a great job with Xbox since he took over, and I want to see hopefully if they have any more things that surprise me. Just because I'm waiting for those surprises, and I want to watch Bethesda's because I want to find out more about these new games.
I just want to find out more.
Yeah.
More.
So
Cool.
Jesse and I will see you next week. Tony, we're not sure when Tony's going to be back because he's going on vacation and probably won't be able to record.
But he's gonna have a damn good time.
I am. I'll give you quotable things so you can just. Tony says this week.
Our weekly message from Tony. He says, "Go fuck yourself."
Yes. Love it.
Okay. Well, we're at an hour and 15 minutes, so.
Good one.
Thanks everyone for stuck with us this long, which is maybe one person, if any.
Maybe more.
But thank you all, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.